Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Cancer in mid-April 2020. Hello, Cancer. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, my friends, welcome to mid-April. How are you doing? How's quarantine? How's staying at home? How's social distancing? How are you coping? Well, I hope where you are and who you're with, you're all happy, you're all safe, you're all healthy, you're all secure as best as possible. I know it's tough, my friends. I've been doing readings all day. The energy has, for the most part, been like restless in terms of this pandemic that we're all dealing with, or most of us are facing. In regard to that, it's been very stressful. It's been very hard for many people, myself somewhat included. I'm actually in a pretty good spot. My endurance for things is pretty high. My tolerance for things is pretty high, so I'm okay. But I know many people personally, and just through the work I'm doing with tarot here on the channel and with clients, this is challenging energy for most of us to deal with. So please understand you have my sympathy, and I'm wishing you well wherever you are, and with whatever you are dealing with. Okay. Cancer, if you're familiar with my channel, you might be noticing something very strange here. This table is blank. There's nothing here. There's no cards laid because your girl has asked for some spiritual up-leveling. You know what I mean? Me, in accordance with my guides, working closely with them, meditating with them, and doing what I need to do, have been pushed. Well, not pushed. I shouldn't say pushed. I've been guided or led to do things a little bit differently. The style that I'm going to do this mid-April and probably the mid-May as well to do is similar to how I do my personals. So it's a little more free form. It's a little more, out, quote unquote, out of the box, or it's not as structured as I normally do my generals with. So it's going to mimic a personal, but in no way is it a personal. It is still very much a general reading for a collective of people who happen to be Cancers. Okay, so keep that in mind as we progress through the reading. So if you like this new style, or if you resonate with it in a different way or somehow more, let me know down in the comments. That'd be great. So let's just go ahead and get into the normal spiel. Cancer, I've shuffled off camera. I will shuffle on camera to get your cards going, but there is already a timestamp in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Go ahead and use that. That's what it's there for. Also down there, you will see the information you need if you want to purchase a personal reading with me. I say the word purchase with emphasis. A few people have approached me for readings, and I'm always open to whoever wants to work with me, because it's it's a free form, or there's no forcing here. Your free will would guide you to this reading or guide you to wanting to work with me. I do, however, take a stance against people who want to work with me on one-on-one basis, but they want it for free. It's like, at this point, I haven't offered any free readings directly to someone personally. I might eventually do that in the form of a giveaway or a contest or something like that. But as it stands now, if you want to work with me personally, and you do so by following the information that's below, there is this expectation that if you want one, you would have to pay for it. Now, if you don't want one, or you do want one but you don't want to pay for it, that's fine too. There are other people who might be giving giveaways more often, or they might have different pricing, or they might have a different vibe. That's the whole thing. Nobody forces you to be here to work with me, to watch this, or reach out and want to work with me. You do that of your own accord. You know what I mean? So I'm very shocked that I've been approached a few times by people saying they want a reading, but to flat out say they're not going to pay, or they express an interest and I say, cool, what do you want? And here's how much the pricing would be. Please see the menu down below, or whatever I say to them in the email, and they don't respond. So I'm like, why did you reach out in the first place? So I want to clarify that with all signs. This is not just you, Cancers, because I don't know who these people are when they contact me. But if you reach out, I don't understand. I just don't understand how people could expect something to be personalized for them, but then not to pay for it. You know what I mean? We're not friends. I don't know you personally, so it cannot work that way. Also, there have been people who have sent me money, but then they don't say why they've sent it, or they sent me money saying they want a reading, but then they don't clarify what they want. So if you are seeking a reading and you send me money, I hope that you've asked a question. So if you have any confusion about anything I'm talking about here, just email me down below. I'll answer your questions before you place an order. It's absolutely fine. I don't mind answering people's questions if they're confused. But to me, it's pretty simple. You want something, you pay for it. right? Anyway, also down there is the information you need if you want to, also down there is the information if you want to follow me on Instagram. I do it at EmpathicFire Tarot. You'll see it right there. Over on Instagram, I pull oracle cards just about every day, and I interpret that information. So if you want to see more content from me or see me work specifically with oracle cards, that's what I'm doing over there. Feel free to watch or check me out and drop me a follow, okay? All right, Cancer, let's do it. You are the last person. You're the last sign, thank you, for this series. So let's get into it. I want to see messages and energies for Cancer in mid-April, please. Energies and messages for Cancer in mid-April. Please show me these messages now. I think one bridge, maybe. Yes, they like that one. Thank you. No. Whoa. Okay, sure. Okay. Not a lot to say, maybe, Cancer? That's fair. I understand. Oh, there it is. There's the other part. 3 or 2? We're starting with 2? Start with 2, they say. Good. All right, so the first card that came out face down was the Strength card. And then we have the Knight of Wands. There we go. So heavy fire sign energy, particularly possibly dealing with a Leo. Strength card is the major arcana for Leo. And then Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, could be dealing with a fire sign or not at all. It really doesn't matter. But this is a very strong energy, a very fierce energy. This person or you or whoever this is so far, I don't really know. Fearsome energy, strong, solid, kind of immovable or fixated on something, determined, fighter energy, very, very feisty, very fighter energy, very committed to their task, committed to their mission. Okay, I sense that whatever this is, whoever this is, rather, they're not faltering. They're not going anywhere. They're very stable. They're very solid in what they believe. Thank you. Solid in what they believe. Solid in where they're coming from. This person, male or female, even though this is a very beautiful female depicted in this card, illustrated here, this person believes very strongly in who they are. They are very confident in who they are. They do not shy away from, like, look how, because this is a mirror, right? We're seeing a mirror, right? Because that's her hand. Well, maybe it's not. It could be a picture. They're letting me know, like, this could be a really, really, really close-up picture or a depiction of like a picture frame. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So you could see this two ways, right, Cancer? You could see this as a very close-up shot of a woman looking at her own reflection with her hand on the mirror, right? Or you could see this as someone looking at her portrait, looking at her picture with their hand on the surface, but we don't know who they are. That hand, I mean, it could be a lady's hand, it could be a man's hand, right? So it's something like that. So someone is, okay, watching. Someone is watching another person in some cases, or you're watching yourself, or this person is very aware of their own image or their own power. Wow. Okay, it's going both ways. Okay, thank you. It's going both ways. Some of you, this is an individual who, and they view themselves this way. They view themselves as very strong, very passionate, very powerful, very capable, very desirable, very whatever. And that might sound egotistical. Maybe this person is a little egotistical. It's possible with that Leo energy there. Leo does, they are associated with egotism, even though it's more than that, biased because I am a Leo, but some Leos are absolutely super egotistical for sure, or have high moments of ego. I get it. But what that really speaks to especially in the astrological aspect, is confidence. This person is so confident that it could read as egotistical, okay? And it's a fine line in my estimation. It's a fine line sometimes between whether someone is being an egotist and being really narcissistic and stuck on themselves and up their own ass versus, I'm just so confident that I'm not daunted by a challenge or I'm not daunted by adversity. And I think if this is someone in their own energy, that's how they see themselves. Or that's how you or someone else is seeing this person, or how someone sees you. Because this could be you, Cancer. You are a water sign, but you might be in your fire element right now. So it's reading both ways. That is either someone's self-believed, self-perceived vision of themselves, or that's how another person or outside people view this person. And they're incredibly attractive, either well, not either. They're incredibly physically attractive, or you know how it is. Sometimes, they do say that confidence is so attractive in a partner. Confidence is so attractive in a person. Confidence is so attractive, period. Whether we're talking about romantic entanglements or interests, or if we're talking about friendship, or if we're talking about family and business, it's just like when a person is confident, it draws others to them. And that's what I'm feeling here. Someone is drawn to another person, or someone recognizes their own magnetism because of their confidence, because of how they are, again, like staring straight at herself. Like, how sometimes a person, not just women, can look in a mirror and start to dissect themselves, start to look at them and say, oh, I hate my nose, and oh, I hate the way my lip curls here at the edge, or oh, there's like my skin is like so awful and my hair is this. And if it's a guy, oh man, I hate the way, I don't have that much muscle definition and my chin and this and that. Men are just as deconstructive about their looks as women, right? I don't get that sense from this person. They don't deconstruct themselves in a mirror and think they're the most awful looking thing in the world, even if they're not attractive. Does that make sense? Like, no offense to you or anybody else or who this person could be, but in traditional, not even traditional, in I guess in modern society or whatever beauty standards exist where you live, this person might be fugly, absolutely fugly. They don't believe that. They don't operate that way. Traditional, not traditionally, but according to a certain society, women have to be this height, this weight, blah, 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 to be deemed attractive, right? This person is like, no, I don't believe that. Or that might apply to those other bitches, or that might apply to those dudes over there, but that doesn't apply to me. I am sexy as I am. Or I'm attractive as I am, or I'm confident in my looks. I'm confident in this body. This person is crazy. They are so strong in their beliefs. And I think I said that when I first started going on this tangent, that they're very strong in who they are. They know who they are. And you recognize that about them, or you recognize that about yourself, or someone recognizes that about you. It'll go all those ways, or rather one of those ways for all of you, okay? The other card that came out was the Knight of Wands. So here's that, just taking what this person, this person might go through a daily affirmation. They might look in the mirror and say, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that, right? Building up their confidence or affirming it, manifesting it truly is what that person is doing. They manifest that with themselves, and here comes the action behind the manifestation. The Knight of Wands is an active card. Am I saying that? This might be the page. With this deck, I can never remember, or rather, I haven't studied it. One second. Might be the page, or is it the Knight? One second. I think it's the Knight. Oh no, it's the page. I was wrong. It's the page. So Page of Wands. Okay. That changes it a little bit. I'm glad I looked, because I was just like, I don't remember that the Knight looked like that. Because the Knight is a horse's head. This is just the icon down there is actually a helmet. So I was like, Knight should be Page. Anyway, Page of Wands. This person might be young or have a young spirit, especially if they're a Leo, because it's two confirmations in fire. And if they're a Leo, Leo is known to be like quote unquote, the child, or the childlike spirit of the astrological wheel, the fifth house, the house of children, the house of joy, the house of happiness, the house of fun. Okay. So in that spirit, in that energy, whoever this is, Leo or not, fire sign or not, they have a youngness, a youthfulness, thank you, a youthfulness about them. They might be 40, 50 some years old, but look like this, right? They might look youthful. If not, they act and or portray themselves as youthful. They have a youthful spirit. They have a youthful outlook. When I say youthful, I don't, in this case, I'm not meaning it as in to say naive. I'm not meaning, well, they're like, hold on, maybe naive. I don't mean it in an immature way. Youthful as in immature, you don't know anything. I'm meaning youthful in like spirited, youthful as in optimistic, seeing the brighter side of things, seeing the upside of everything, or finding the silver lining, and or believing themselves capable of things that others might say, you can't do that. The Page of Wands is often defiant. Somebody who, pardon me, somebody who looks at the odds and sees them stacked against them, and they're kind of like not daunted. They don't shy from challenge. They don't shy away from something because others or society or the decorum of the situation says you can't. This person is just like, I'm going to show you that I can. No, but you can't do that. No, but I'm about to show you that I actually can. And it's because they have this outlook, or they have this way of being perceived as either just not capable. There's something where they are perceived as from others as being not capable or not it. Not it. Okay, there we go. Going back, just as an example, I'm not saying it's about this, but just as an example, where I said this person might be not so attractive in whatever society, whatever culture they're from. They might be unconventionally beautiful or unconventionally attractive, or just unconventional in how they look. And it doesn't even have to be their physical face or their body. It can be even how this person dresses, right? How they choose to adorn their body. They might have tattoos up and down their skin, and in whatever culture or whatever society or even small town that you live in, or big city that you live in, perhaps, that could be deemed as like not attractive. When I was growing up, when I was a teen, it was like crazy that people started getting tattoos. And now it's just like everybody has tattoos. And I'm not trying to say it makes someone basic or it makes someone less off the cuff in terms of attractiveness. But when I first got my tattoo, I remember my grandmother was like through the roof. She's like, you did that? And I was like, it's a little tattoo on my ankle. It's not even a big deal. And she was just like, I hope you're not going to get more, because nobody's going to hire you with a bunch of tattoos all over your body, Jay. And I was just like, calm down, Nana. It's okay. Now it's like in my office, people have tattoos all over. Tattoos on their arms, tattoos on their hands. Some have tattoos on their necks. You can see tattoos sometimes, with women, you can see it like it's across their chest, but you can see it like through the sheerness of their blouse. So it's just like that. It's like unconventional ways of presenting the self, and they are not daunted. They're like, if I listened to my grandmother, I wouldn't have ever gotten a tattoo in the first place, but I was confident when I was a teenager, well, in my 20s, I should say. I was like, I know that I'm not going to be prevented from getting a job just because I have tattoos. Like, that's crap from your era, right? It was like taboo to do that. It's not taboo anymore. So this person is successful in their unconventional presentation, in their unconventional manner, in their unconventional look, right? Despite all that, they still are the shit. They know it. You know it. They know it about you, whatever way this is shaking out for you, Cancer. Okay? This person is crazy cool. I'm telling you that. They are crazy cool. There's something so magnetizing about them. They're alluring. And it's beyond sexual interest. It's beyond romantic interest. If this is just a friend, if this is a potential business partner, if this is someone you want to make music with, like, let's get together and make an album or make a song, this person's just like, cool, let's do it. And that's their energy. They're just like, cool, let's do it. No problem. They're not like overly excited. They are very passionate. with the wands and the strength card there. They're very passionate about what they want to pursue. They're very passionate about where they want to go and how they want to get there and who they want to be involved with and all the, yes, see, because she's holding this light in her hands there. You see that? She's holding this light. She possesses, this person on this carousel, possesses this creative force, this creative energy, this creative spark. This person is passionate about what they do, but they're not making a big deal about it. She's coasting on a carousel, for God's sakes. She's just chilling on a carousel. That's not the most exciting ride at the park, my friends. You got roller coasters, you got gravitrons, you got the flume, right? You got the freaking House of Mirrors, which is a cerebral mind fuck. This person is just chilling on a carousel. No big deal. No big whoop. But they're sitting, yes, they're like sitting comfortably in this power. That I don't know who this is. I don't know if it's you or someone else, but my God. Amazing. I like them. Now, let's see what else there is. Please give me more information, more insight and messages for Cancer. What else is happening here? More insight and messages for Cancer. Okay. Leave it like that? Yeah, leave it like that this time. Okay. More messages for Cancer, please. What else is happening here? More messages and insight for Cancer at this time. Please show me. Oh, I am so hungry. I can't wait to have dinner, friends. Okay, Page of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Is this like two sisters or two I'm saying sisters because there's like a bunch of females out here, but is this two siblings or two people of similar caliber? Or you're supposed to be similar? You're supposed to be cut from the same cloth kind of feeling? Queen of Pentacles, reversed. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with an earth sign, but you don't have to be. I'll show you this card upright so you can get better used to it. It is a fairly new deck to my channel, so. In the reverse, Queen of Pentacles, okay. This might be a mother or motherly figure, or someone who is a parent, someone who has children, or someone who like has little animals, like that little, what is that? Yeah, it's a bunny. Thank you. This could be a caretaker of sorts, whether it be to, human children or four-legged children. It doesn't matter. This is a sensitive person. And, I did say this could be sisters, and I did use the word mother, but I do want to welcome the energy to males because, number one, I do have men who watch this channel, according to my analytics. And two, it's more about the energy, right? Number one, fire, strength card, Leo energy, and the wands. Despite there being females on these cards, these energies are masculine. Fire and strength, masculine, okay? These pentacles, feminine energy. It's related to the earth quality. So fire and earth, fire masculine, earth is feminine. Okay, so that's why I want to open it up. So if it is a mother-daughter, or if it is two sisters, or an aunt and a niece, whatever, that's cool. But please make way for the gentleman, because I feel like that has to be pointed out here, that men or a male might have a role in here somewhere. Okay, that's why I like to try my best to say this person, regardless of their gender, regardless of anything about them. Okay, so this person here, sensitive, nurturing, caring, loving. However, there's a complication here. This person is not, perhaps this person doesn't recognize themselves in that way. Perhaps this person doesn't value themselves that way, or doesn't see how they could potentially, if this person isn't already a parent, isn't already a caretaker, isn't already somebody who nurtures, they might not know that they have this capability in them. They might feel that, you know how they say, well, not you know how they say, you might not know. The thing about the Queen of Pentacles is she's a nurturer of all things, and she's abundant, or can create and is fruitful in all ways. So she's holding a pentacle in her hand. She has that rabbit by her feet. She's out in the woods. So what does that mean? She can create and hold abundance in terms of money. She can create and hold abundance in terms of fertility or reproduction, right? So she has that aspect of being a mother. And in terms of being out in the woods, she has abundance and creation within nature. So she can create things in her physical space. She can sustain herself through her health and her wellness and her diet and what she puts in her body, right? That's what we assume the Queen of Pentacles can do. In this reverse position, this person does not see themselves or does not recognize themselves as being that person. So if they are a parent, they think they're a shitty parent. If they are somebody who's responsible for the caretaking of small little animals, they think that they're doing a shitty job. And I keep saying, and I keep feeling this is they think. This is a self-perception. This person is not as confident, is not as aware of their abilities, feels like a failure, or feels that when they slip up, because nobody on this earth is perfect, my friends, okay? But the moment this person makes one mistake, they think they've created a catastrophe, and they think they've ruined things through and through, and they count themselves off, or they discount themselves, they write themselves off, they shit on themselves, this person. They shit on themselves, and they're super sensitive. They are super judgmental towards themselves, and they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be, but they are. And they don't see that they're actually a Queen of Pentacles. Male or female, does not matter, but they don't see that they're a master. In my estimation, when I read tarot, I read the Queen and the King as masters. I do that for various reasons, but I see them as equal. I see them as equal sides of the same coin. One is the first side, one is the reverse side of the same coin, of this coin of mastery. So the Queen is just as capable and just as amazing and just as powerful as the King would be. In my estimation, in my tarot, I usually read it that way. Now, this person doesn't see that they're a queen. This person sees that they're a page. This is how they perceive themselves, or this is how others perceive them, or I don't know. Your reading is really anchored in perception. Both of self-perception and how others perceive, okay? So I just want to make that clear. So I don't know how specifically it rolls for you, Cancer. You know better than I do, okay? But I feel in general, how this person normally would see themselves or rate themselves is as a page, not as capable, not as masterful as the Queen of Pentacles would be, okay? This person is shy. You see, she's like sitting in the dark, possibly in a mausoleum or a graveyard or something like that, communing with animals. Lots of animals on this card. You did have the bunny on the Queen of Wands, or excuse me, the Queen of Pentacles card. So this person has a big affinity towards animals. They love animals. They care for animals. They might work in animal shelters or a pet store or what have you. They might have pets of all varieties. You've got birds there. You've got a cat. What's that at the bottom? Is that a rat? Yep, you got a rat down there, okay? This person is very sensitive and nurturing, but they don't think they're as powerful. They don't think that they're as masterful, even though the Queen is there. I don't think this is two separate people. If it is, it again could be a situation between family members, sisters, brothers and sisters, mothers, daughters, mothers and sons, whatever. And they're both holding things. Okay, see, that's the thing. Pages hold potential, because remember I told you that this Page of Wands on the carousel is holding something, some light bubble or whatever in her hands. This page is holding a diminished flower or yeah, like holding this flower in her hands. And they're both doing it in magical ways. It's like levitating and shit. So this person also has potential. They have the ability to do more than what they think they can do. Unlike the Strength and the Page of Wands, this person doesn't believe in themselves. Straight, flat out, does not believe in themselves. Or is in an environment, thank you, because this is Pentacles, so it's physical, it's out in the world. Okay. This person is either in their own perception and or the environment where they live, where they work, where they congregate with other people, how they, whatever. They don't believe in themselves. This person doesn't, they're not affected by the outside world. Strength, Knight of Wands, they don't give a shit about what other people think. They don't give a shit about what is expected of them in society. They don't care what their family says. This person is a rebel. This person is a rebel. This person could be a rebel, or not even it could be a rebel. This person exists in a world where how they're perceived, how they're received by others, how they are valued, Pentacles valued, how they are valued in the eyes of others is more important than how they value themselves. And if this person was a true queen, a true master of the suit, a true master of their physical world, it would not matter. They would create, see, I told you, the Queen of Pentacles would create their own reality. They have the ability to do so. They have the ability to create their own abundance. She holds the pentacle in her hand. She's standing in the middle of the forest, so she has the ability to create sustenance and beauty around her. And she has the fertility with the rabbit. Literally can give birth to something so fruitful, whether it be children, whether it be a job, whether it be creative success, whether it be financial success, whatever. But this person doesn't know that they can do that. They think that they're only capable, or if they don't believe that they're only capable, they have, they might be on a restart, or they might be slow to develop to this. Like they might eventually get here, but for now they're in this page energy and they're moving towards their queendom. They're moving towards their mastery. But I do sense insecurity here in both the queen and the page. There's insecurity in both of those. Final messages for Cancer in mid-April, please. Final messages for Cancer in April. Or excuse me, mid-April 2020. Mid-April 2020. Final messages for Cancer in mid-April 2020. Well, actually, they're stopping me. Let's get what's the connection? Who are these people? Is that, well, actually, no, that might be more for me as the reader, because I'm like, how do these two overlap? How do they meet? How do they connect? Oh, also notice, okay, see, this has been coming up, and this is why I wanted them to do this. Notice the positioning, or how I've orientated both of these cards. These are straight up line, upright in an even line, right? They're there. These are coming in sideways, these two. Askew, diagonally. Not a traditional, or not traditional, not what you would expect. There's something about, this is like a disjointed energy or a disabled energy, okay? I don't need to ask who these people are. I think you recognize them, and what is the question? There's something here about these two being next to each other, close to each other, in proximity, or knowing each other, but they're so different. I'm just curious who they are. Like, and they're going to be different for some of you. This is friendship. This is family. This is lovers. You know, it's different for everybody. What is the question? I need to find the question. There's a question about how did, what's the, no, because that's sort of relative to how you're related. I was going to say, what's the connection? But you already know. Some of you already know what the connection is. Some of you maybe, okay, maybe some of you don't know what the connection is. Maybe you've never met this person on either side. Maybe you don't know. Okay, that's also there. Oh God, what are we working through? Come on. Because they want me to ask something, but I don't know what to ask. Or they want me to do more than just, final messages. They want me to be a little more specific, but I don't know what they want. What do you want? What's coming through for both of them? That's the question. What's coming through for both of them? What's coming through for both of these people? It's kind of what I'm kind of getting. What's coming through for both of these people in this connection? What is coming through for both of these people in this connection? Something like that. I don't want to say the outcome because I haven't done any outcomes for this series. But what's coming through? What's coming through for both of these people in this connection? Whatever it is. Friendship, lovers, otherwise, I don't know. What's coming through for both of these people? What's coming through for both of these people? Mid-April 2020, what is coming through for both of these people? Come on. What's coming through for both of these people? Show me. Mid-April 2020. What's coming through for... Okay. Temperance. Oh, boy. What's coming through for both of these people? Eight of Swords. Got it. Okay. Healing, number one, but discussions about healing and discussions about setbacks. Discussions, yes. There was something else I was feeling when I was shuffling. Oh, that was it. Cancer, yours is one of the readings, one of the few readings I've done in this series in mid-April that actually has a co-star, or I'm in this moment calling this person a co-star. You're on either side of this. You're one of these two people. And it feels very strong. I'm talking about two individual people. And you're one of them. But anyway, Cancer, so what did I say? I don't even remember the question. What's coming down the line or something like that for these two people? Temperance and the Eight of Swords. Okay. All right. So Temperance, Major Arcana for Sagittarius. That's twice. Or that's 3 times for fire signs. So some of you are definitely dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Well, there is a redhead here and there's a dark-haired person up here. And the Queen of Pentacles does have dark hair, but I'm really drawn to the redhead here and the brunette up at the top. And what do we see here? We see a redhead and a brunette. So for some of you, this is about someone with dark hair and someone with red hair. Naturally red. They're like naturally red. Okay, this is for some of you with a naturally redheaded person. Sorry, Sharon Osbourne. And actually, she stopped dyeing her hair, didn't she? Anyway, let's get together. Let's talk. Let's get together. Let's talk. Kind of hard to do that face-to-face in these times. However, I feel that is eventually going to happen. I mean, once quarantine is over, once, social distancing, because these ladies are totally not 6 feet apart. Okay. And they're like, okay, yeah, okay, listen, this deck, this Haunted House Tarot deck, there are men in this deck, but all your cards have females out here. So again, I know I mentioned sisters and mothers and aunts and nieces and all that stuff. Please don't get hung up on seeing only females. However, they're drawing me to this aspect of, yes, in some of your cases, this is specifically a conversation between two women that will or needs to happen. That will or needs to happen, okay? Come on with it, damn. Focus. Okay? Possibly over drinks. The redhead is pouring the wine. So the redhead might be the person that's like, hey, do you want to get together? Do you want to go out for drinks? Hey, do you want to go out for dinner? Let's catch up. Let's chat. And the dark-haired woman just shows up and just like, okay, sure. And that, again, going back to this one being dark-haired and the person on the top line being dark-haired. I told you that person's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like their demeanor is so like unfazed, and not unfazed as in they don't care. Unfazed as in they're cool either way. We can talk or we don't talk. We can meet or we don't meet. We can hang out or we don't hang out. We can share ideas or we don't. We can talk over drinks. We can talk over mimosas. We can talk over a club sandwich. We can talk over, a bucket of popcorn, whatever. This person is not fussed about the manner in which things happen. They are confident wherever they go. Okay. Redhead pours the drinks. Redhead invites the person out. And I'm not saying it has to be the redheaded person. I'm just going with what the card is giving me. The redhead is the one who initiates and says, hey, let's chat. Let's talk. Very specific to the artwork. I can't get off of it. A conversation is a healing act. A conversation is going to set the record straight. The conversation is going to reveal, yes, okay, here we go, is going to reveal complications and troubles. Okay, got it. I think. I'm going to come back to temperance, but to stay in this line of someone reaches out to another person and says, hey, let's have a talk, let's have a chat. That chat and that conversation talks about the Eight of Swords, how someone has been or is in distress, panicked, suffocated. Very captive, essentially captive is how this feels. Like terrorized into something, or terrorized by their own mind, or terrorized by a situation or a circumstance. Oh my God, I don't like that. Stop. Thank you. Stop. Beliefs. More to the point, because they got me. That was very specific, okay? To clarify what that was, I was going into a storyline where someone was like excessively abused, and it was, stop it. Not in many people's storylines, like very few, there is excessive abuse in a situation, physically, emotionally, sexually, all the ways. Okay. Someone endured that at some point in their life, either recently or in their deep past. And it's life-changing. You know, it's no small thing to be a survivor, or someone who has gone through such a traumatic experience. And for whoever that is, one or two of you, or a handful of you, not most of you, that conversation is going to be astounding to the person who's hearing it. You know, it's like one of those things. We need to talk, or I would love to tell you what's going on, but I'm telling you, we're going to have to share it over drinks, because you are not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. You're not going to believe what I've faced in my life. Like, someone is coming to you, or you're going to someone, cancer or whoever, and they're going and they're saying that. You're not going to believe what I lived through. You're not going to believe what I was dealing with for the past months or years of my life. This is what my reality was. And it was harrowing. It was crazy. But that's just for a few. So I've cleaned that up, and I protected. Whoa, God, get out. Listen, don't want to go there. More to the point, getting away from those where it was traumatic and it was abusive. Okay. This is again about someone's perception, the way that they think, the way that they perceive of themselves, or have conversations with themselves. Because Eight of Swords is a self-contained energy sometimes in tarot. Not for those who were going through the abuse, okay? Or although that does become a cycle in abuse. You start to victimize yourself after someone abuses you and dehumanizes you. You begin to become your own abuser in many cases. But I don't want to dive into the psychology of it, because I'm not a psychologist. But for those where it's not about abuse, okay? Somebody's outlook was driving them, controlling them. It held them back, or it continues to hold them back. This could be an ongoing situation. This could be an ongoing mindset, or a position that this person has in life that they have to combat. They don't, like I said down here, I think you know that the redhead is the person on the bottom, not just because of the red hair, but just to clarify it. The redhead has been in this energy of Eight of Swords. They don't believe in themselves. They're not confident. They're not sure. With that moon behind her head, lots of emotions, and there's a depth to this person. And that moon could signal to you, Cancer, as a water sign. Just, it's incredibly difficult. This person's own disposition, this person's own sensibilities, their self-beliefs, and the conditioning that they've gone through in their life. You know, some of them, this is naturally how they are. You know, some people are just born and they have, you know, not such great outlooks on life. They tend to be depressed, or they tend to be self-loathing or self-deprecating, right? Other times that's built into them or cultivated into them. It's how they grew up. It's how they were, how people in their family talked about them. You were possibly never given any encouragement, never told that they were worth anything, right? So if that is what this person has dealt with, whoever's stepping forward in the situation to have this conversation, that conversation is a healing experience. It bridges some type of gap. It explains some things that have been unexplained or misunderstood, let's say, from now until this point. And again, it's, okay, notice also the positioning, okay? Twofold. Remember I told you how these two cards are up and down, and these two are coming in a slant and at a diagonal, right? That shows sort of the outlook or the approach to something. Someone approaches something head on, straight on, up and down, goes into it very confidently, goes into it very uh, assuredly, right? Someone comes in from the side. It's a weird angle at which to approach the situation, how they handle themselves, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's twofold. So now we get to these two coming together, having conversations, breaking bread, getting misunderstandings squared away, and the positioning is upright. It's in the up and down. It's straight up and down. Okay, it's not slanted. Okay. Notice also there's a gap between these two cards. Gap here, gap here. No gap. Put them together. I put them together. I didn't have to, but I did. And anything I do with the positioning is often very important. So the conversation that heals, that gives perspective, that brings balance to the situation, also brings two people together. This could be, estranged family members. This could be friends who had a falling out. This could be lovers of any gender, of any background, what have you, any hair color, okay? You know your story better than I do, Cancer, but what I'm sensing is someone who's capable and knows their power, knows their value, knows what they produce, knows how they live in this world or how they show up in this world, and someone who doesn't know that just as much, even though that potential is there. Eventually, we might talk about that potential. We might talk about why that potential isn't there. And, whatever, I'm not going to go into it because we need to wrap this up. So let's go ahead and get Cancer an oracle card, please. Oh, Lord. You're my final reading, and my God, am I glad for it. Okay. Oracle card for Cancer, please. If you hear the tapping, it's my hand going over each deck. This is how I choose decks, off camera most of the time, for someone's reading. Oracle message for Cancer, please. Please show me. Oracle card for Cancer. Ooh. This is like between 4, and there are like 6 decks over here, so hold on. Oracle card for Cancer, please. Okay. Oh my God, decide. Oracle card for Cancer. Oh gosh. Okay. Yo, it could go with, okay, now we're down to 2, I think. Okay. Ooh. I thought it was ready. Come on. Between these two, please. Oracle card for Cancer, please. It's annoying, right? Imagine being me. Thank you. Dark Mirror. We got there. I apologize for the delay. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Dark Mirror for Cancer. Oracle card for Cancer. Oracle card for Cancer for mid-April. Please show me. Oh my gosh. This has been a day. I've recorded a lot today. On the YouTubes, in private. It's a lot. All right. Oracle card for Cancer, please show me. Oracle card for Cancer for mid-April, please show me. That's good. Thank you. Oracle card for Cancer, please show me. If so, it'll come out. That wasn't as strong as I need it to be. Oracle card for Cancer, please show me. Oracle card for Cancer, mid-April 2020. Ay, Dios mío. Come on. Okay, there it is. What do we have for you, Cancer? We have, come on, there you go. Revenge. Card 23, Revenge. Break that number down. It becomes a 5. 2 plus 3 is 5, for those who care about the numerology. All right, Revenge. This book comes with different moon phases. So the moon phase associated with this card is the waning gibbous, if that means anything to you. Stage anger. It is time to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. Sentence. There is no white knight, but there can be a black storm woven by fallen angels. What if there, geez, I almost dropped the book. What if there was a place where there is no more time for words, no more sense to bargain or negotiate, no more survival instinct to accept fear or ponder consequences? It's a place we can reach at the limit of our, at the limit of our abuse with the lack, oh, see, oh my God, I can't even read. Start that sentence again. It's a place we can reach at the limit of our abuse with the last spark of our dignity surging up as a powerful black flame. We cry, we hurt, and we strike to destroy. We destroy not for ourselves because we are gone. We destroy for the fairness of the world. We destroy because if there is no sweet justice, there can at least be cruel revenge. We destroy for those who came earlier, for those who would not have come later. We destroy, and as we destroy, for we forsake ourselves. There is no going back, because coming back from that requires much more than force. Interesting. Okay, now that is a deep cut for those of that abuse storyline. I don't even want to begin to guess or throw out any type of interpretation of what that abusive situation was or is currently. You know it better than I do. But I think that this card speaks specifically to those, you know, who walked that life or had that as a part of their journey, had that as a part of their story. I mean, that could be something that is revealed in that conversation. You know, the details of the abuse, the details of the trials and the tribulations. I don't know how revenge itself works out here, because I'm not sensing any type of retribution or any type of revenge. It might be a part of it. You would know better than I do, or you might find out about it. But I'm not seeing anybody take up a revenge plot here. I'm really not. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you interpret that as you need to. I think it's really, 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 really speaking to those that have been through some shit, though. Okay? I mean, and this deck is about the underside, or the shadow side of our experience anyway, the Dark Mirror deck. So I recommend it if you are into that kind of stuff. But Cancer, pardon me. Oh my God, pardon me. Cancer, that is your reading. If you liked it, please leave a like down with the like button. If you want to comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. Please let me know. What do I normally say? Oh yeah, share the video if you want to, and subscribe to the channel if you found something here that you liked. Yeah, I will be back soon. I'm not even saying everything that I need to. All right. Personals, you can get that information in the description box. You can get the Instagram link in the description box. Cancer, I see, and this really knocked me out. Reading that card, this really has taken a toll on my energy in the very last moments of this reading. Oh man, I don't know what that means. Anyway, Cancer, I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back soon with your May messages and your mid-Mays. If you want to join me, please consider subscribing, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.